BassResinator here in my state of Texas. I'm not saying in my state of mind, but well, yeah, it's possibly too in my state of mind. I really like Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night, and I have tried a couple times. One epic fail, and one kind of cool where I did a 3D. Well, you'll have to go back and look at my stuff. But I want to try and recreate in this one. I don't want to do his Starry Night completely. I want to do a scene, well, not even a scene. I just want to create the stars. And I'm going to use this shimmering yellow and possibly a little bit of the white. This is not shimmering, but they're both Reese alcohol inks. Pigmently Deep Space Blue. Now this is a really intense dark, so it's not, if you see Vincent van Gogh's piece, it's not super, super, super dark background. Well, this is super, super dark. If you ever come down to Texas, I say down because a lot of people live, I'm trying to get something off the mat. A lot of people live north of here because I live down the bottom of Texas, down here. Bam. This is what is called the Rio Grande Valley, even though the Rio Grande goes all the way up. Anyway, there is a song called Deep in the Heart of Texas. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. Well, I'm going to try and get the stars at night. Now, the reason I'm saying that is if you ever get a chance to come down here, go away from the cities, get away from lights at night, and then look up. Oh my. You'll know why that song sings that. Stars at night are big and bright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay a dark blue background. And this has a little bit of sparkle in it, which is fine. And then I'm going to use some of this alcohol ink. And I'm not going to use it because the drops that come out of this it would go and it would make that noise. It would cover the whole area. So I'm going to put it in another little container and then take a whatever this is called, a toothpick. Get a toothpick and just put them in and let it go from there. I don't know how much sparkle it's going to have, but we're going to try. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down a layer with this dark blue, very thin layer. Well, thin enough to where it's opaque. And then I'm going to let that set. Then I'm going to come back with clear over the top of that. No, I lied. Just a second. Let me show you. I didn't have this out. I'm going to come back with some clear, but with sky blue resin dye. So those are my colors. And then I'm going to try and get some action going so that we can get the stars at night are big and bright. And then I will put a clear coat over the top. This is about 3/4 of an inch thick mold. So, and about 4.5 inches wide and 4.5 inches tall. So, yeah, it's a pretty size. I've done flowers in these, and I wanted it that size so I could have flowers that are, and not just pressed flowers, but flowers that are not living, but in their native state. That even sounds bad. Dried flowers, not pressed flowers, so that I can get the 3D effect in there, and I can do it with a thick enough mold. So I'm too much. So let me get to the mixing of resin. Okay, I have the resin mixed up. It does have some bubbles in it because I've just finished mixing. And this is the fast cure, so I don't have time to go stick it in the vacuum chamber. It'll cure up on me big time. So I'm going to try. guess I don't need all of that in there. Now I'm going to go around. Now this is a very, very dark blue. I'm going to go around the edges, make sure I don't have any little bubbles. Those bubbles that hang out there, wherever there's a 90-degree angle, are awfully prone to happen. And if they don't get released, and all of these little ridges right here, dun, 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 that's where the Red River flows up on. That causes those ridges in there. If you don't get them taken care of when the resin cures and you pull your piece out, you have a good chance of cutting yourself. Okay, spray a little alcohol on there. And let that cure up. This is the 1 hour curing resin, so it shouldn't take too long. I'll come back to you when that's all cured up. Okay, this is cured up. So what I want to do now is I'm going to use Tropical Glitz diamond splinters. You know how there's a whoosh that comes through on the Starry night? That's going to be these. This is going to be the whoosh, swoosh, whatever you want to call it. But I'm going to use a little bit of UV resin and put in some of those diamond splinters. And that will be my swoosh. I thought about using white marker, thought about using that white alcohol ink, and I thought, I'm not going to be able to control it like I want. So if I do UV resin, I would need to get something. See, already it's starting to get the little swirly. Now I'm sorry, but I have to turn this way so that I can see. This is the edge of my desk right here, so I'm looking at it so that I can see. I want the swoosh to come in this way, but I don't want to use that. I have a silicone brush type of thing. I'm hoping this shows up when I put the layer of regular resin over the top. And I'm trying to draw the swoosh in there. These little shards, if I can control the direction of them. Then you'll be able to see the movement. Can you see the little circly thing going on there? Hope so. Now we'll have a little swoosh and just sort of let it taper out over there. And then another little swooshy thingy up here that will be behind the moon, if I can get a moon to happen. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to do. And now, yeah, those kept their direction pretty cool. There's a gap right there and there. Here. I don't mind the gap right there in the middle of that circly thing. Okay, hopefully that holds it in place enough. I'm going to bring the big lamp over. I'll come back to you after that's done. Okay, that is all cured up. Cool. Move that one out the way. Now I'm going to put this yellow shimmering alcohol ink in this plastic mixing pot. But after I get the resin mixed up. So let me do that now. Okay, mixed it up with the sky blue.
In a little barn south of Amarillo, where the fields stretch wide and the winds blow mellow, BassResinator's got his craft at hand, pouring resin dreams like grains of sand. With a steady hand and an eye for the night, he captures the stars in shimmering light, mixing pigments, hues, and crystal clear, creating Texas nights in each small sphere. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas, shining white. Captured in resin, forever they'll stay in BassResinator's art. They light our way as the dusk settles down on the open range, and coyotes sing their lonesome refrain. He works 'neath the glow of a lantern's gleam, turning heart and soul into resin dreams. From the Panhandle Plains to the Rio Grande, his pieces travel on a silent hand, each one a story of nights well spent, stars locked in resin, Texas heaven sent. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas, shining white. Captured in resin, forever they'll stay in BassResinator's art. They light our way. From the Panhandle Plains to the Rio Grande, his pieces travel on a silent hand, each one a story of nights well spent, stars locked in resin, Texas heaven sent. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas, shining white. Captured in resin, forever they'll stay in BassResinator's art. They light our light so big and bright, shining down on Texas fields. Cowboy dreams in the pale moonlight, by the fire our fate revealed. River winds they softly call, through the pines where shadows play. Voices echo from canyon walls, together we'll find our way. Deep in the heart of Texas, where the stars are burning bright, we'll paint our dreams in resin, with the moon as our light. Male and female vocals blend, like the rivers that entwine. In the heart of Texas, love so true and divine. Saddle up as dawn's first light brushes gold across the hills. In this land our hearts take flight, bound by love and Texas thrills. Tales of old in every breeze, history in the Texas soil, as we create with these art that mirrors our loyal toil. Deep in the heart of Texas, where the stars are burning bright, we'll paint our dreams in rising, with the moon as our light. Male and female vocals blend, like the rivers that entwine. In the heart of Texas, love so true and divine. Saddle up as dawn's first light brushes gold across the hills. In this land our hearts take flight, bound by love and Texas thrills. Tales of old in every breeze, history in the Texas soul, as we create with ease art that mirrors our loyal toil. Deep in the heart of Texas, where the stars are burning bright, we'll paint our dreams in rising, with the moon as our light. Male and female vocals blend, like the rivers that entwine. In the heart of Texas, love so true and divine.
Okay, I'll let that cure up a little bit, then I'll come back with another layer of clear over the top of that. Maybe if I can find a... what should I... No, I'm not going to go around and do... I thought about doing the little swirlies around the individual stars and stuff. I think I'm going to... This is good enough for me. You're getting the idea. And I got all kinds of other ideas going on in my head, and I'm like, should I try it or not? I don't think I better. No, I think because of how deep that is, I don't think I could be able to get in there and paint really well. But you get the idea with that swirl or swoosh going through there, and then the sparkly. You know, I wonder how long that is going to take to cure, because it was already getting. I'm looking at it from the side, and it's already looking like it's got skin over the top of. Yeah, that's goodness. That cured awfully fast. Well, I'm going to wait until that alcohol ink dries and then come over with another layer of clear. So what are you thinking? Does this look cool right now or not? I think it does, but what do I know? That is crazy how fast that's curing up. Because I'm looking at it and it's got little ripples like I'm drying fast or curing fast. Okay, I'm going to stop talking right now. I'll come back to you in just a little bit. Yep. Well, I couldn't leave good enough alone, so I did get I mixed up a little bit more of the diamond splinters in UV resin, and I went around all the stars and around the moon again, and then I found this little moon charm, and I stuck it on there with UV resin. So when I put that new UV down, I just let that sit on top. So they've got a little more glisteny, but to even add more glisteny, let me get my gloves back on. I just rinsed. I just mixed up my resin and took my glove off. Well, that was my glove going on. It fits tightly. That's what you get for having thick hands. But I mixed in a little bit of this holographic glitter from Let's Resin. Everything I'm using, I'll have links to in the description down below. So hopefully this will go in there without any problem. And those little glitters are so small. It's going to add more bling bling to the overall piece. I want to get this up so that it's doming a little bit, so that I don't have to trim off much. Okay, there we go. Starry, starry night. The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas, I have a couple bubbles right here. From mixing in this glitter. Yeah. This is gonna be pretty when I pull it out, because it's gonna have it definitely has depth of field, because that first swoosh that I did was on that dark deep space blue, and then I went up a little bit, and then I put the stars, and then the glitter around the star, or the shards around the splinters, diamond splinters around the stars and the moon. I'm sure these would pop on their own, but since I'm seeing them, I might as well take care of them. And then with this new layer that I put on with the little holographic glitter in there, it's going to give it an even deeper depth. It would be kind of fun, it's too late now, to do like the moon on one layer, the stars, some of the stars on another layer, and so forth all the way up. But I didn't do that. So maybe another Van Gogh thing, Van Went, in the future. Maybe not in the state of Texas thing, but we'll see. So we wait for this to cure, and I'll see you then. Next morning, and this is all cured up and looking really nice. Smooth surface, no bubbles came up overnight. That's nice. I'm really looking forward to taking this out into the sun. There's the back. Wow. Where all these little corrugations take place, it's certainly hard to see through, but on the smooth area, you can see those little sparklies. It's hard for my camera to stay focused because it catches a sparkle that might be at one level and then has a hard time focusing. But yeah, I am happy with this. Stars at night are big and bright, do-do-do-do. And those stars, from my perspective, have a 3D effect on them. When I take it out and get it in the sun, hopefully you'll be able to see that as well. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. Okay, subscribers, thank you for hanging around with me. Whoop, didn't mean to drop it. Yeah, let's give me some ideas. What would you like to see me do? I do Froggy Fridays. I do other collaborations. In fact, I just got done doing a Christmas one, hosted by Tracy of Mini Scenes GB and the crafty YouTuber Crafty International or something like that. I always get that title messed up, but anyway. And I do some other collaborations every once in a while, but then I just do stuff like this, just having fun. So, yeah. Let me know what you think of this, and I will see you for the next one. Laters. Ciao.
In a little barn south of Amarillo, where the fields stretch wide and the winds blow mellow, BassResinator's got his craft at hand, pouring resin dreams like grains of sand. With a steady hand and an eye for the night, he captures the stars in shimmering light, mixing pigments, hues, and crystal clear, creating Texas nights in each small sphere. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas, shining white. Captured in resin, forever they'll stay in BassResinator's art. They light our way as the dusk settles down on the open range, and coyotes sing their lonesome refrain. He works 'neath the glow of a lantern's gleam, turning heart and soul into resin dreams. From the Panhandle Plains to the Rio Grande. His pieces travel on a silent hand, each one a story of nights well spent, stars locked in resin, Texas heaven sent. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas, shining white. Captured in resin, forever they'll stay in BassResinator's arms.